Welcome, new residents, to New Hampshire, a state where freedom and personal liberty are not just words, but a way of life. Here at The Right Slant, we're thrilled to guide you through some key aspects of your new home, especially regarding firearm ownership. New Hampshire proudly upholds a strong Second Amendment culture, making it a welcoming place for those who value their right to keep and bear arms. Let's dive into the specifics of New Hampshire's gun laws, starting with a crucial point: the duty to inform. Unlike many other states, New Hampshire does not impose a legal obligation to inform law enforcement officers that you are carrying a firearm during an encounter. While not legally required to disclose, it is always advisable to remain respectful and cooperative with all law enforcement officials. Next, let's talk about conceal and carry, a topic where New Hampshire truly stands out. New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state, meaning that since February 22, 2017, no license is required to carry a handgun, openly or concealed. This applies to both residents and non-residents, provided you are legally allowed to possess a firearm under state and federal law. Even with permitless carry, the state still issues licenses for reciprocity, allowing New Hampshire residents to carry in other states that recognize these permits. Residents apply to local law enforcement for a license, while non-residents apply to the State Department of Justice. New Hampshire recognizes concealed carry permits from Arizona, Colorado, Florida, and West Virginia for individuals 21 years or older. Now let's explore the topic of suppressors, also known as silencers, which are legal to own and use here. Suppressors are permitted for shooting sports, hunting, and other legal activities, with no additional state-level permits required beyond the federal process. To legally acquire a suppressor, you must comply with the National Firearms Act, or NFA. This involves filing an ATF Form 4, completing digital fingerprinting, undergoing a background check, and paying a $200 tax stamp. The use of suppressors is permitted for hunting various game animals, including deer, bear, turkey, coyotes, and small game. They are also allowed on public lands, including wildlife management areas and national forests, unless specified otherwise. Moving on to magazine capacity, New Hampshire offers significant freedom in this area. The state does not have any restrictions on magazine capacity, meaning you can legally possess magazines of any capacity. Beyond these core laws, there are a few other important considerations for firearm owners in New Hampshire. While there is no state minimum age to carry a firearm, the federal minimum age is 18 years old. Firearms are prohibited in courtrooms or areas actively used by a court, a common restriction across many jurisdictions. New Hampshire also has both a castle doctrine and a stand your ground law. This means there is no duty to retreat if threatened with bodily injury or loss of life in a place where you are lawfully present. For private sales, no permit, background check, or firearms registration is required to buy a handgun from another individual. However, New Hampshire law prohibits the use of Teflon-coated or armor-piercing bullets, or bullets containing explosive substances, during the commission of a misdemeanor or felony. Non-lethal weapons like stun guns and tasers are legal to purchase and possess without a license for individuals 18 years or older without felony convictions. Pepper spray is also legal for self-defense, with no restrictions on size or concentration. When it comes to purchasing and selling firearms, there are specific guidelines to follow. To purchase a firearm in New Hampshire, you must show identification. Non-residents can purchase long guns if eligible in their home state, but pistols and revolvers cannot be purchased across state lines. Firearms dealers must obtain a license from their city or town to sell handguns. Private individuals can sell guns to other New Hampshire residents if they know the buyer and have no reason to believe they are prohibited from possessing a gun, or if the buyer has a license to carry. Finally, it's essential to remember the bedrock of these freedoms: the New Hampshire Constitution. It guarantees the right of all persons to keep and bear arms in defense of themselves, their families, their property, and the state. This constitutional right underscores the deep-rooted commitment to liberty that defines New Hampshire. We hope this overview has been informative and welcoming as you settle into the Granite State. If you found this information helpful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to The Right Slant, and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable insights for conservative residents like you. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the freedoms that New Hampshire proudly offers.